Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video today, I'll be showing you how to resize your jean in two different ways, a no-sew method and a sew method. If it's something you are interested in, you definitely need to keep watching this video. This is the first jean we're going to be working with, but before we start this video, please, if you are not subscribed to this channel, take few seconds of your time to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this. Thank you for hitting that, that subscribe button. So this jean, we're going to be doing using the no sew method for this jean. All you need is your elastic, your pin or toner, your buttons, your pins, office pins, and your scissors, and that's all you need. So the first thing you want to do is make sure the elastic is your waist size or a size you're comfortable with around your waist. For me, this is just perfect. You can put it around your waist or use a tape to measure it. The second thing you want to do is make a hole close to your buttonhole of the jean or any part of the jean that is comfortable for you. But I made a hole close to the button hole of my jean. All you need to do is use your scissors to just create a little hole, not too big, just enough for the elastic to fit in. After making a hole on both sides, the next thing you want to do is pick up your elastic band, put a pin on it, or use your toner to fix it into the jean. It's as simple as ABC. This is a very fast method, and it's also very efficient and good for those that don't know how to handle a sewing machine. Just like that. But I would advise you use this method on a jean that the waist is not so big, especially if you don't want that whole elastic effect to be so much. So what I'm doing now is putting the elastic into this jean. I'm just pinning down the end of the elastic at to one side of jean so it doesn't the whole elastic doesn't enter the jean and I have to restart this whole process. After pinning it down, I just put my elastic in, simple as ABC. I'm done putting in my elastic band and this is what it's looking like so far. I'm already loving it. I'm not even done. I already love how it looked. What I just did next was to remove my pin, my safety pin from the jean and pin it down with a regular office pin. After pinning it down, the next step, which is your last step actually, because this is like a 2 or 3 step method, the next thing you want to do is fixing your button. And I'm sure everyone will literally know how to sew in a button. It's just to use your needle and thread to fix your button. That's what I'm doing here. I just found a spot really close to the band and I fixed my button at both ends of when you're jean. Fixing your button, when you're sewing a button into the jean, just make sure you do it in a way it will be neat. Do it in a way that the thread doesn't show outside of your jean, just the way mine is looking neat and clean. After that, you remove your pin that used to hold your elastic and then you create a little hole on your elastic that will serve as your button hole. Very little, so it will not be too big and your button won't fall out of it. After creating a hole, you put in your button, and that is like the end of this particular jean. You can see it's very fast. So if you don't mind having an elastic in your jean, this method is for you. Very fast and very efficient. You can see I fixed my button in a very suitable place for me. You can wear it to make sure it's tight enough and put as many holes in your elastic as you want so you can drag and button to make it as tight as you want. I did the same thing for the second part of this jean and our jean is ready. It's time to try it. It's looking so cute. The waist is automatically small and it has this cute elastic effect at the back. Let's try the jean and see how it is. So this is how it is looking. It's now my size. This is the before look and this is the after look. I think you should try this method if you don't know how to sew and if you don't mind having an elastic in your jean. Let's move on to the second method, which is the sewing method. This second method is also a very good method to resize or downsize your jean because it will come out really neat and it won't have that bugging effect that it has when you just downsize your jean normally. The first thing you want to do is use a blade or a seam ripper to open up the seam of this jean at your waist level, just at that part of your waist. We're not taking off the whole band from the jean, just at that part of your waist where we're going to be reducing from. And this, for me, this might not happen for you, but for me, this belt hole was actually an obstruction, so I had to pull it off. If you don't have a belt hole there, you can just go ahead to just rip the seam off. After ripping the seam off, you are ripping the seam off the band front and back. That's the lower part of this band and the upper part of the band for both sides. That's what I did. I don't know if you understand. I'm sure you can see it very clearly. So you open up the band at the waist side, up and down of the band. After opening up the band, next thing you want to do is use a tape to measure how tight you want your jean to be. I just did my exact measurement, which is 24 for my waist, because I didn't want it to be too tight, because of course I'm going to add some weight. After that, you go ahead to cut out the band at the side. Next thing you want to do is open it up and join it. Open it up on both sides. Make sure it's open properly, so when you are joining it, it's going to be very neat. After opening it up, you join it with a pin, just the way you need to look closely at what I'm doing. So you are joining with a pin the outer part of the band and the inner part of the band separately. After pinning the band part, I went ahead to pin the waist. This is actually optional if the waist is going to be okay for you. If you don't mind having like pleats on the jean, but I didn't want my pleat to be too much, so I went ahead to pin the waist just to take a little out of that waist. Next thing you want to do is sew. So all these parts I've pinned down, just pin them down and sew it. That's it. It's actually as simple as the first one. It's just that you're going to be using a sewing machine for this. So this is how it looks after sewing. Very neat. Very, very neat. And this is actually what I was going for. So after that, next thing I did was to also stitch the upper part of the band. And after stitching the upper part of the band, you want to put in this separated part into the band, just like this. Make sure these two seams are aligning, because like I said before, our goal is for everything to be neat and clean. I just did a little pleat with that back because I didn't want to reduce the waist more than that. And I pinned it down and I just took it to my machine and sewed on it. This is what it looked like after I joined the whole piece together. I went ahead to do this exact same thing for the second part of this jean, and this is actually the last step, and we are done with downsizing or resizing this cute jean. This is the final look, guys. It's looking smaller than before and I'm so excited and I can't wait to try on this jean. Let's put it on together. This is so beautiful. It's smaller, it's neat. Let me just give people like a good view of it. This is how it looks inside. So the band, we still maintain the whole band size without having a bulge inside. This is the before look and this is the after look. So guys, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give my video a big thumbs up. It will mean a lot to me. Don't forget to share this video to other people who might need it. Don't forget to drop a lovely comment and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. See you in my next video. Until then, keep winning.